Hi, Julianne Marie and Georgine and Julianne Marie, and all the circle there, especially including Vanessa and Harlan Lewis, but also with all the other women of the family and community, you know, Marion and Barbara and Giodora and Martha, why not? And I'm broadcasting and people can hear me speaking. Let's see if they can make it so they can see me speaking. Now they can see me speaking to you, and I'm holding up the milk, and I'm holding up the heart light and the budding blooming flowers. Holding up the heart light and the budding blooming flowers, and holding up the cake. And both of you are special, so you're getting a little special treatment. Okay, but you're not acting special until you do the right thing. Call me on a 3-way phone call. Come to a conference. Okay, and I am on the conference line too, so you know the number. There's 641-715-3580, access code 773342, and holding up the cakes. Okay, and we also say, especially for both of you, Malka and Shirley, and especially the proprietress of our gathering, Ray. Well, we'll start with going back further on their line, Grandma Popper and Grandma Margulies and Ray and Clara and Ray, and Sarah, Harriet and Lilia, and Precious Antoinette and Risen Rose, and Marie of Flowing Milk and Honey, Milk and Honey and Water, and Grandma Popper and Dorothy and Lynn and Rachel, and also the name of Vanessa's family, Victoria and Victoria with an A, and some of the others, Libertia and Raquel and Sharon and more, and all of the younger women, of course, as Stacey, Anastasia, and so on, all of these younger people. And we'll do the ceremony. I will put it on 3521. I decided to go ahead and do that, although I think it's much better if you watch it online and then start coming. And I'm going to be calling you as witnesses, both of you, as well as a whole bunch of other people, integrated with some expert panels on areas that I know that you both are quite knowledgeable about also, because you do have Goddess within you, and both of you. And we'll be just sending this message, and we say huge hugs, and I also include the men of our families whispering to you, Jewel, Jewel, and Julian, and Louis, Alan, and Oscar, Paul, and the younger brothers, as well as Joseph and Milton. And make sure that you're in active contact with one another. You have a better law to spread. You have a better way to spread among your family community, an improvement for all the world, locally and globally and universally. And we'll say huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs. And all the flora and the fauna and the kitty cats, the little puppies, and all the furry friends and butterflies, and birds and bees and so forth are included too. There, here, and everywhere in between. Hi, Vanessa and Harlan Lewis and Vanessa. These are midday greetings, and I've already called Miriam and Hadass and Soma and Meredith and Stacey, Anastasia and Cheryl and Julia Marie and Georgine and Julia Marie. And I'm calling you now, but you're equally and more important in some ways right now during this season of spring than anybody who's older than you. You take precedence, although we are going to try to help our older women regain the spring within them. And that's one of the things that you can help too, just by your being involved, and you know what to do. And we've already called a bunch of the mothers with their daughters and so forth, and so we're definitely calling you now. And you can hear this. I'm broadcasting, and you can see me. I'm talking with you on the phone. I'm holding up the milk, and I'm holding up the marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in the heart light. Holding up the marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in the heart light. And holding up the cakes. Holding up the cakes. There we are. And I'm also going to broadcast the ceremony on the 3521 line. I will put it on stereo, but you're better off to watch it. And I say, of course, and I will say during the ceremony also, Victoria and Mariama and Libertia and Estrella and Lynn and Raquel and Sharon, as well as Vanessa, and of course we're including Georgine's family, Malka and Shirley, and she's got other Kazinas, Naomi and Myrna, and she's got ones who are, there's more there, and including some who are named Julianne and some who are named Rachel. And I kid you not. And also, of course, the proprietress is here of this gathering. It's going back a little further on their line, Grandma Popper, Grandma Margulies, and Grandma Ray and Great Aunt Clara, and Clara and Ray, and Sarah Harriet and little Ya, who will do our best to pull out of her condition of being made into a pet with no memory, and regain her fuller humanity. And also Precious Antoinette and Ruth and Rose and Grandma Marie of loving kindness, flow of milk and honey and water, and Grandma Popper and Grandma Dorothy, and all of also Lynn and Grandma Lynn and Grandma's and her sisters. She's got a bunch of sisters there too, Diane and Sharon and Joan. And all of their daughters, of course, we're also including all their daughters and all their younger great and grandchildren, females and males, their great and granddaughters and great and grandsons and great and grandnieces and great and grandnephews, and also Rachel and Carrie there too, and also the men of the families, as a whisper right now, the older men, including Noel and Joel and Julian and Lewis and Alan, Emil, Oscar, Paul, and Joseph and Milton, the younger brothers, Joseph and Milton, and Carl, and the kitty cats and the puppies all say hi. Donnie Aurora Fleece and Mario Rainbow. Let me start over on that. The kitty cats all say hi. That's Donnie Aurora Fleece and Mario Rainbow Sweetheart. Mario Rainbow Sweetheart and Donnie Aurora Fleece say hi and hugs to Heather and Jam and Heather. And on behalf of Whiskers and Tiger and Holly and Tiger and Buttermilk and Blackie and Buttermilk and Felix and all the flora and the fauna and the furry friends and the pets, including the big white dogs, the female and male, very gentle, and the butterflies, birdies, and the bees, and all the people of our local, global, universal neighborhoods. You know, you can call me 24/7, and I'm going to be broadcasting the ceremony on the 3521 line also. And we are going to be doing some kind of hearings, some very major hearings. on this matter of what's going on in our world and how to open the stargates and we have eternal life. And by choosing parity instead of patriarchy. And you know, you can call me 24/7, stay away from patriarchal medical people, go to holistic people who include family counseling, go to Martha Howard and go to Vicki Matthews and others there. And you can call me 24/7 and I say huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs. And of course, we already have called Marion and Hadass. We've already called Soma and Meredith. We've already called Stacy and Cheryl and Reall. We've included a number of the other women also. We've already called them. Already spoken with Anne-Marie and Ma Patricia, related people in Oregon, and we've already done that. So we're going to be doing some more, and I'll send this message.
Type name, press 2. Greeting, press 1. Please speak at.
Hi, Vanessa and Harlan Lewis Love is Harlan Lewis Love is in Vanessa with Georgine and Julianne Marie and Georgine, with Stacey Anastasia, with Cheryl, with Hadass and Marion, with Marion and Hadass. That's very important. And with Soma and Meredith and Soma, that's very important. And Rachel Marie and Danielle Juliet and Barbara and all of their Shekinas. And also I am broadcasting while I'm doing this. You can see me on the phone with you. I'm holding up the milk. Holding up the milk. Real big there. You know who we have to share that with right away. And we know we have to share that with Julianne Marie and Georgine and Julianne Marie, and they've already know that. I've already called something on their joint line with the same message on their joint line, and holding up the marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers and the heart light, and holding up the cakes. You know, we're all very special, and these cakes include my birthday, you know that, as well as all of yours. Okay, holding up the cakes both ways. Both ways. So it includes my birthday very much, as well as all of yours. And speaking in honor here at the proprietors gathering of, and going back a little even further on their line, it's Grandma Popper and Grandma Margulies and Ray and Clara and Ray and Tara Harriet and Lilia and Precious Antoinette and Risen Rose and Grandma Marie of Flowing Kindness of Milk, Honey, and Water, and Grandma Popper, I said that already, and Dorothy and Lynn and Rachel and Carrie and all of their Shekinas and Hikinas, past, present, and future, age 37 and younger, of the Hikinas. That includes you. And first go first as Co-Secretary General, Co-Savior, as all of us, and with me, okay, following the New Millennial Golden Rule. And of course, this also very much It's coming right up. Okay, there you see me, and so I'll show that again. I have the milk here, and the marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers, and the heart light, and the cakes. The cakes. And the cakes. Okay, and so did I say all the great and grandmas? I think so. And we also whispered the names of the great and grandpa Hikinas, and they'll come. They want to also come through the stargates after the great and grandmas, and open us up on doing that for all of our families, starting with our Shekinas and our youths, age female and male, age 37 and younger, and that includes all occur. 2 is Julian, Lewis, Alan, Emil, Oscar, Paul, and the younger brothers, as well as Joseph and Milton and Carl. And I decided I did want to do your individuals first, because I think that you are important. I did that with Marion and Hadass also, and Soma and Meredith. There are some very key people in making what we can have happen. And of course, I have strongest bonds to my own family that I know. So we wanted to start with Julianne Marie and Georgine too. And they're very good for each other. You just put that milk in front of them, and they're going to start doing the right things with each other, and coming to the broadcast and making 3-way calls to me. And of course, I say hi and hugs from Dorney Aurora Fleece and Mary Rainbow Sweetheart. Mary Rainbow Sweetheart and Dorney Aurora Fleece say hi and hugs to Heather and Jam, Jam and Heather. And on behalf of Whiskers and Tiger and Holly and Tiger and Whiskers, and Buttermilk and Blackie and Buttermilk, and Felix, and all the flora and the fauna, and all the furry friends and pets, including the big white dogs, female and male, very gentle, and the butterflies, the birdies, and the bees, because we need them for not only the beauty of the flowers and the trees, but also our food. We need it for our food, and we need them for our food, not it. They are not its. They are beautiful, aren't they? And now we're all co-secretary generals, co-sefiras, equinox 2Qs. As soon as you follow my understanding, I have the understanding, and it really doesn't matter how screwed up things get on this planet. I have that understanding. So as soon as it's followed, then we have the opening of the stargates and the eternal life for all people, starting with our Shekinas and our younger Shekinas and Hikinas, age 37 and younger. I've already called some of the other families. Marion also has a son, okay, and we're including him because we're doing apotheosis for you. And as long as you have a young woman with you who you regard as equal, it's okay to include a young man, okay? So that's the way I'm thinking of it this way. But of course, each time we talk about these people, they represent many, many billions of more people. Okay, and that's part of it. So you'll hear the ceremony. I'm doing it also. I'll do it on stereo on 3521, and you can call me 24/7. Don't go to patriarchal medical teams. Go to ones that include family counseling. That includes Martha Howard, and she's got the best record on Crohn's, and Vicki Matthews, and there's others there too, which I can assist you with. But start with, I would say Martha is the place to start if you haven't already. Maybe you have already, and that would be just great, really smart. So, I love you, and you could call me 24/7, and I'll say, did I hold up the cakes? I think I did. Let me make sure I did. And these cakes include my birthday, as well as all of our autumnal ones. And I think that includes Georgina, Julianne Marie, and lots of the people, and all the youthful ones of our current spring season. And we're going to kind of go weave back, a little back and forth in time. We're still definitely within the equinox time, and both autumnal and spring, both ways, holding the keys both ways. And we'll say huge hugs, and we'll say huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs. Huge hugs. And
to save this message, press 1. To hear it again, press 2. To re-record this message, press. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1.
okay, and now we'll make sure to go back and not forget a very important person here. Individually, we wanted to start it out with doing her together with someone.
Type, press 1. Press 1. Please speak after the tone. Press
Hi, Julianne Marie. We're all holy baby girls. You and Georgine and I have already called Mariana Hadas and Szunnriszesz, and I've recently I called Sztate Anastasia. I recently called Barbara and Rich Marie and Danielle Juliet, and also others with the boys, and the aunts who have nephews too, and you're getting this call, and I already called the 5547 line and gave all the names of our great and grandmothers, including not only ours but Georgine's and some of the Kazinas and the Kazinas too. And I wanted to do it that way for you because I feel that the best gift that I can give you is a sense of gathering with other women. I really feel that has been where you were harmed, that you didn't have that, and that's why I wanted to start that out as a priority. But you are very important with me, and the only way we can heal our family and all our world is by understanding the importance of our sisterhood, but within the context of a circle of Kazinahood. And so I am holding up the heart lights. Excuse me, I'm holding up the milk, starting with the milk. I'm holding up the milk for you, and I'm holding up the heart light and the marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers, and I'm holding up the cakes, both to and fro, you might say, reciprocally, and that's very important. We have to include my birthday as well as all of our birthdays and conception days, and all the spring birthdays and conception days, all of them in a circle, and then all the years round. And so I'm holding up the cakes both ways, and I'm going to do the ceremony on 3521 in stereo today. I decided to go ahead and do that, but I prefer that you watch and that you come in and join on the conference line 641-715-3580, access code 773-342. I've already made contact with our sister Kazinas in Oregon today, and I'm going to introduce you to, I've now met Patricia's sister, whose name is Martha, and want you to meet her. And we're going to make sure that we bring this together in the best way when I'm feeling a little bit more fully ready to bring you all together, which I think will happen very soon. So, you can call me 24/7. And I want to say, all the greetings from the kitty cats and all the floor and the fun and all that good stuff. And so huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs.
Press 1. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, record extension name. No name. Type playback and record. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press 2. To change, please speak after the tone. Press pound when finished.
Hi, Georgina and Julianne Marie, and this is Georgine's line. Georgina, I want to make a special call to you. I am holding up the the milk for you especially, and for all of your Shakina, Malka, and Shirley, and a lot more going back and forth, and presently and currently in time, including all those really great cousines that you now know about by all the many names, including names that are similar to my sisters and mine, and of course Naomi and Myrna too, and Irene and a whole bunch more, and Leora, and we're holding up the heart light and the marvelous miraculous sprouting blooming flowers for you, and the cakes, and we want to make sure that you feel very personally included in this. I'll make sure that you do know that you can listen to it, and then we're also going to do the entire ceremony on the 3521 line extension today, and we're going to be doing hearings starting tomorrow with lots of expert witnesses who have written books and books and books about and much have posted a great deal on the World Wide Web about the difference between purity and patriarchy, as well as calling forth the members of our own family and community, including you and Julianne Marie and a lot of others who have taken particular roles with regard to this problem of the transition we need to make in order to protect our planet and have a future in the universe. So we'll be doing that, and I'll say huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs.
To save this message, press 1. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension. Number or
Hi, Ma Patricia. Hi, darling. We're broadcasting. I'll make it so your voice can be heard. I just tried reaching Martha, but I didn't reach her, and I didn't reach Anna Marie just now. But that's all right. You're included. I'm about ready to do that ceremony. So I'll include you. You're here and in time for it. How are you doing?
Oh, not so good this morning.
Oh, are you all right?
Yesterday.
What, darling?
I fell again yesterday and hurt my other shoulder. Up at both of her.
Oh, no. Well, let's give you a big huggy rub right now. And you're gathered in the circle as if at by our great and grandmother Ray and Hera's home that they also raised their sister Jackie, and a lot of people came there from the community, and we're imagining ourselves there and giving all women a parity back and forth in time, presently and previously and for the future always, and that's for obviously for males too, and for all young people to have this as a gift from the beginning of their young adulthood and throughout their lives. And we really want to give it back to people throughout their childhood too and babyhood. Do you want to say anything like hugs and co's?
Oh, hugs, for sure.
All right. All right. Let me see if I can get on the other conference line and we'll have you say it there too. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, this.
Wait 1 second. Whoops. Are you there, Ma Patricia?
For the tone, press pound when finished.
Ma Patricia, I'm welcoming you to this gathering place online, and we're welcoming the entire world to understand the importance of women and making decisions and raising and nurturing their world and connecting with other people. We already made an outreach call to your sister Martha, but I didn't reach her, and to Anna Marie, and I didn't reach her. But they are included in the ceremony today. Do you want to say hugs and co's?
Yeah, many hugs.
Very good. All right. Now we're on the internet, and if you want, you can listen. You can stay listening on this line. All right. So you can just.
Both of my arms are very sore. I can't hold them up.
Well, then we'll let you go right now. You shouldn't do that then. Rest, and we'll help you feel better tomorrow. And you are the greatest lady, and you represent a lots of people, Native, your sister and your daughters and all of your Shekinahs, past, present, and future. We are honoring them all, and we know that their souls are in the universe, and we want to open up our contact through the stargates of the universe to help regain the souls of lots of people who we thought were completely past because we have a primitive understanding, but they're not. Their souls are still very much with us. And so that's why we're doing this. So I'll let you go. You get rest, but we've broadcast you and people heard your voice. And thank you so much for all of that you've been doing. And we're going to help you out there in Oregon. I already talked with some of your friends there in Oregon today, and we're going to help you out with the very best circumstances that you deserve for yourself and your daughter and for all people, for all the women, for all the young people, and for all people. Okay? Okay, I think she hung up, and that's a good thing too. She needed to rest. Okay, and we have room for resting here at the Hat Crown Halo place. There is actually a place for people to recline and take a rest, and so that's what we want to do. And we're going to do our ceremony. Yeah, we're still on the line. Let's see if we can reach Georgina. She'll pick up. 1 second. I don't want to bug the line. Let's leave it alone, and we'll call her later. Just to let her know and to let Julie Anne Marie know. And there are additional cell phones. Those individualistic cell phones are not the greatest idea for people at this point in time. So we're trying to help them get used to a different way of greeting using our phone to give a sense of connection to others, even if it isn't exactly a gathering yet. It's sort of like a totem pole, and you know that other people are being honored there as well as yourself. And it isn't so individualistic. Our culture is a little bit over the edge on that, over the line, imbalanced on its individualism. So, of course, we're going to especially hold up the milk, but we'll start out as we usually do. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers and water. Hugs and love to all, both and each and every one, as soon as possible. The light is on in all our hearts, and we have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers and water, hugs and love to all, both and each and everyone, as soon as possible. And we'll say namaste, mitakuye oyasin, mitakuye kose Reall, kongs on pox culture, bahaval, chayim, shalom, salam, salam, shalom, merci. Tiyubes, Zedlerek, Tiyubes, Mir, Pache, Sayonara, Das Vidanya, Choose, Chop Chop, Buenos Dias, Ubuntu, and all the various languages, Cheerio, Goodbye, all the various languages and heritages of our world and of our future worlds. We'll say, love and live, eternally young, longest, and prosper everyone at all. And all. And as Equinox Troop Q's Co-Secretary General's Kosevira's. And now we'll hold up our milk. We'll drink the milk of human kindness for all, both and each and everyone, as soon as possible. And this very much includes the mother's milk of our planet, of our Milky Way. We are mammals. We are not reptiles. We are mammals, although our society is pushing humanity back into a reptilian manner. The reptilian life forms are very hierarchy-oriented, but they don't have strong affectional bonds. So we want to be more mammalian and more divine, even beyond mammalian. We want to have the divine milk of the Milky Way. And we drink the milk of children and mothers and children, the holy baby girls and holy baby boys, especially in light of the healing that Julie Anne Marie and Barbara and Marion and Jennifer will be talking about together, we hope, very soon as expert witnesses on how the degradation of motherhood in a patriarchal culture causes a lot of problems that ripple effect over time, and how to solve them, how to heal them, and also how to make that kind of breastfeeding the way of our planet and all of our worlds of the Milky Way and beyond. As Equinox True Q's and throughout human life, human kindness and the coming to a place of human kindness, the understanding of the need to do that, and that is what we are trying to do here. So we'll say, we'll drink to all, both and each and everyone, as soon as possible, representing all, both and each and everyone, as soon as possible, as Equinox True Q's Co-Secretary Co-Secretary Generals. And we'll drink the water of loving, living, enlightened planets, enlightened by the new millennial golden rule, that will regain and sustain our planet Earth and all our Earths to be, past, present, and future, as Equinox Drew Q's Co-Secretary General's Co-Sefiraz. Now we're going to show our consciousness currencies. Now, right now in North America, there is no consciousness. People of North America have absolutely no consciousness whatsoever. They are lemmings. They are going over a cliff. They don't know what they're doing. We rank 94th in the world in representation for women. We are the only place in the world that doesn't have extensive maternal and parental family leave. I rest my case. We also are mistreating Mother Nature to the extent that we have a huge methane cloud over Los Angeles, another huge one over New Mexico, and we have, while other places on this planet have forged forward on renewable energy, we're still polluting ourselves and making millions of people sick with asthma and all kinds of issues and risks of plutonium poisoning and all kinds of terrible results by the fact that we don't have enough women in decision making. So our consciousness currencies travel back and forth in time with common sense and become Atlantis risen. We are an egalitarian culture. We represent all the great and grandmothers of all of our various branch interrelated lines, including Margulian. Silver Kindian becomes Silver Goldian. Zalkindian, counting all female as well as male, with wisdom. The name is associated, is the same as Solomon, but it is, as in Hannah Greenebaum Solomon, but it also means to count. And it has to do with accounting, accounting properly, and accounting to include the eternal feminine and all the women who have ever been on this planet and of this planet. And all their children, females and males, age 37 and younger, first go first to be started in this recognition ceremony. And our current Shekinahs, all of our Kazinas of many, many different family roles, mothers, aunts, great grandmothers and great aunts and so forth, and daughters and sisters and all of that. They're all your sister Kazinas and Shekinahs, and all of our youth, females and males, age 37 and younger, first go first, the Shekinahs and Hekinahs. And so did I say all the names of the Zalkindian? And let me get to the Feldmarian. Don't want to leave that out. Feldmarian branches, very, very important. Very, very important. The Margulian and the Feldmarian puts the two Mars together and makes the circle, the Marian circle. The very merry Marian circle, let's make it so. I hope it isn't too late. I don't really know what's going on with all these people. There's total lack of communication going on here. But I am holding up their spirits and their possibilities, their great gifts. They all have great gifts. You all have great gifts to give one another. And so we're including you all. And we also have some other families that are coming into this too. We have a Goldenbergian family with lots of great Shekinah, including Georgine and also Naomi and Myrna and Lior and Irene, and also two Juliannes and two Rachels, and so we fit right into that branch very well. And we're also including Goldbergs and Plutos, and including those branches. We're including many neighbors branches, all of our various neighbors that are all the neighbors we've ever known, and all of our classmates. We're including Hearingsz and Herzogs. We're including suites, and that comes into the context of Margulies-Sagan conjunction, the Margulies-Sagan constellation conjunction, and all of these people. And so now I'm not going to go into all the first names of all the women. Oh, and let me not forget, though we do have a set of first names. I don't know the last names, so we're just going to say Victoria's family and her sister Kazinas, Libertia and Mariama and all of that. We also very much want to highlight the sponsors of this place. This is Ray and Clara, and it's Sarah Harriet, and we are speaking on behalf of the soul and spirit of little Jacqueline, and And also Lillian Gay, and of course Anne Marie and Ma Patricia. You just heard Ma Patricia speaking for all of her branches, and we hope to help her and not see this these people of any of these traditions and heritages that we're talking. We're talking about Anna Maria Leon and all her branches. We're talking about Lillian Gay, as I say, in all her branches. We have people of who once were slaves, freed. We have the Hispanic people. We're also including all the people nearby in Chinatown, also the people of Polish heritage that were right nearby, Irish, all of that, coming right here into this place. And they all get, and they have been sent, and we do have a big gallery on the website, including our Durst family and all of those beyond our immediate family circle. And we're also including Bessie, we're also including Heidi and Barbara and all of their Shakitas back and forth in time. All of the families on all these branches, all of the women. We especially want to heal the sister rifts, distancing and trivialization. We want to include Batya and Helene more, and Sally with Julianne Marie and I, and Sherry and Susan and Halal and Ashira. We got so many. I can't really give all the names. I don't want to right now until people have gathering. But we also include the young men. We have Shai. We have Harlan Lewis, we have Ross, and we have some others that we want to include. Marcel, as soon as he comes with his sister Soma. We have to include Soma first, but Marcel, as soon as he comes with her and with his mother Meredith, then he's included too. And so that's the way we're doing it. We're showing our consciousness currencies. And I don't want to forget Giodora and Martha, very important too. Two Marthas, actually. Two Marthas and a Vicky. They can play a great role in our family. And we also have the larger family tree depicting just a few of the people are depicted, the mainstays of our group, but we have others that we are also equally including in this circle, because the whole point is it's an expanding circle. You can make smaller circles within the larger circle, as long as you get 3 to 11 women and youth, females and males, age 37 and younger, can then join in with them, and that's all you need. And so we're doing this. All of the interrelated branches that ever came into any of these families of contexts of life, they are directly included, and then by extension the entire world and worlds. And we'll be on the Q continuum, so you have plenty of time to have the greatest family reunion of all, which is over the internet. But we can also gather in all the many sacred grounds of all our many places to celebrate in person. And we also here are showing our young couple to symbolize kind of like Princess Salia and Wesley of Star Trek, only from our own family. And these two do, and as all the people I've just shown you, reincarnate. All of these people reincarnate. Some of them reincarnate young Queen Esther's and her mother Miriam, and her daughter. I'm a reincarnation of Radha Shah. We have young women here who are reincarnations of the Venusian line of the Julian house, House of Julia in ancient Atlantis. Also, this is Vanessa, and we have that also for Helen Lewis Leviz with our family here. We are going back all the way to Atlantis, and we also include in all of these lines the ancient Vedic tradition, the ancient Middle Eastern Galilee area, and Atlantis, and also France, which was also a place where the people from the Galilee went for a while. And then all over the world, all integrated into our connections. We know that some of our family tree, the Margolines, did live in Shanghai, China. We know that about that too. So we're connecting with everywhere, all around the world. And And once again, most importantly, the larger circle. And we do include some, all of the people of our family, but we have to go through a process of holding certain male cousins age 38 more accountable for their impact of a deleterious kind on the mutual appreciation of women, not only by them as men, but amongst one another. That when you have an over-dominant male in family systems, or not only over-dominant, but in some family systems very disengaged, when men who are too disengaged from the well-being of the family, then you create some of this patriarchal problem, because the women and the youth are defined as less important in the lives of older men, and that's a huge problem. And it's actually a problem for older men, and it shortens their lives, and it also turns their world more violent and more exploitative instead of more heavenly. So we're trying to do a favor to everybody here. That's why I'm the paraclete to explain this to you, and I hope it works. I have no idea, because my process of gathering you is all very broken down, and you haven't been willing to gather on my request and my invitation. So I have to figure out ways to kind of be a kamikaze gatherer maker, and that's a little bit of a strain. So right now we're just doing it symbolically for you. Okay, and we'll say, as we always do, open up our clear bowl of fruit and vegetables, and it's got white chocolates wrapped in gold and world glows chocolates. We'll start fresh. We'll start fresh with parity and paradise on this planet Earth and all our planets, instead of having planeticidal patriarchy. And we'll say we'll start fresh with parity, past, present, future, in the way we think. And that gives us the ability of true Q to travel in space-time continuum. It's that consciousness that makes that possible. You can go back and forth in time and understand that time is not linear. It is folded. Space-time is folded. And the people are there in the Akashic record. And we can go back to them, and they can come back to us. So that's our ceremony. Now we have a lot more to do, because we're calling some very great expert witnesses who have written extensively on everything from baby breastfeeding and mother-child bonding, to democracy, to especially goddess theology also, and the issue of parity as it currently stands on our planet. And how we can bring it about more quickly to benefit everyone, instead of getting stuck in this terrible downturn that we're in, which is a devolution right now. We haven't completely destroyed ourselves, but we are devolving. We know that the people of North America are losing IQ. They've been losing it for about the past 10 years. Now that you just continue that process, and within 20 or 30 years, you have a very, very dumbed down population, hardly able to do things with high technology without extreme danger. We have very dangerous technologies on this planet. You can't have that and stupid people. It doesn't work, and it will result in a terrible result. We also are causing problems in the balance of nature, so that we're setting off earthquakes, causing tsunamis, and causing global warming. All of these things which predispose people to a great deal of stress and disease. All of these things are a terrible toxic brew, and it's coming directly out of the lack of women in decision making and the lack of balance of love and work, particularly here in North America. So that's why we have to do this. And we say that all of these people are ELLECTED as soon as they come and share in circles the New Millennial Golden Rule, and we love you, and let me just say, we'll say, as we always do, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, all the blessings and all the greetings of all the heritages of our earth and our earth's past, present, and future, as Equinox True Qs, Co-Saviorahs, Co-Secretary Generals, And we'll say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We'll say all the blessings and all the greetings of all the heritages of our earth and our earths, past, present, future, as Co-Secretary General's Co-Saviorahs. And let's see, now we're not going to have, we already played our musical medley once today. We did it early in the first broadcast. So we're not going to do it now because time is of the essence. We're way behind our planned timing on this. We wanted to have this done 2 years ago around the equinox in autumn. Now we're around the equinox of spring 2 years later. However, I am giving a new calendar, and it is going to take us back on the Western calendar to the year 2000. You have to think in your mind that we are now in 2000, not in 2016. Why? Because, and certainly during those years, the media was lying to everybody. And everybody, most people are trusting. They didn't recognize that they were being played. They were being suckered by sociopathic older men who don't really know what they're doing, and who are surrounded by women who have such intense electric complexes or low self-esteem or codependency that they were unable to break through this patriarchal structure and say, you need to be telling what's going on in France. You need to be telling what's going on in India. You need to be telling what's going on in Costa Rica. They didn't do it. It didn't come through. You need to be telling what's going on in Rwanda. They didn't do it. And in fact, in many cases, we have documentation that they were pressured into, and some of them quite deliberately suppressed these important news stories. Why do people do that? They're wounded. They're emotionally bereft. They're already victims of patriarchy, and they don't know that they are. And so it perpetuates itself until you identify the name of the cancer. The cancer is patriarchy. The cure is not tokenism. It is parity. And it is a reparative process of parity in which we give the women a little bit more of a chance to learn how to form a circle, to learn how to discuss important issues together without setting each other's relational aggression and oversensitivities, reactions off, and also how to bring their younger people, female and male, into these circles, to give them anointedness, along with the women who, as soon as they grasp the issue of parity, this is the amazing thing. As soon as you really clearly understand what parity does for a world, you have apotheosis, and you open up the stargates. You have eternal life, and you have apotheosis. Eternal life, eternal youthful life, on this and future, not too very distant future, to be discovered and discover us planets via the stargates. So that's our ceremony. I'm going to send this message, and we'll put up some screen shares, and we hope you will start coming, especially, and you're going to be called. You'll literally be called as with a kind of a sort of a summons to participate in the hearings, and we're going to hold those hearings so that we have groups of witnesses as much as possible. We prefer not to have too many individual witnesses. We'd rather have people testify within a group according to some shared overlapping central themes in their life or in their education and their talents and gifts. So that's what we're going to do, and you've all been included, and we love you very, very much, and we pray to Goddess God to extend the time so that I can figure out how to help people who are afraid to gather in a circle, gather in a circle. That's the problem. You're all afraid of each other, and you're afraid of me. And there's some relational aggression going on too. I think a lot of people feel, who is she? How can she be the first cosmic Christ? Why should she be? Well, let me tell you something. I've made so many mistakes, and this is such a hard job that you really don't have to be jealous of it. It's really hard. It's a very hard job when you're already in patriarchy and you're really deeply in patriarchy, and you were, like I was, made lots of mistakes within patriarchy without realizing that you did, and I still do. I yet do. But as long as I name the problem and have the basic understanding of how to solve it, which is the New Millennial Golden Rule, I think I have what I need to help you out of your downturned spiral. But I know there's time of the essence here because the spiral is so downturning. Like I said, the people of North America are getting so stupid that they can barely talk. So we have to assist this. And we also have looming on the horizon eco-catastrophe set off by the interaction of human error and our misunderstanding of our place within Mother Nature. So, and Father Time running out on us because we're not getting that. Father Time is not a sexist. Father Time knows the yang aspect of the universe depends on the yin, and they both incorporate aspects of each other. There is no such thing as a simple yin and a simple yang. It's always yin with some yang in it, and always yang with some yin in it, or it doesn't work. And that's what we don't even understand at all as a culture, and we need to understand it. So we're going to send this message, and we give you huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs.
To save this message, press 1. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press.
Okay, and now we're just going to do a screen share of where we're broadcasting from. And we really should have played it for that stereo version, but we do want to play this tape.
Her whole love was to care for children. She did. Her son is so